You cut a beautiful zinnia, you bring it inside, you put it in water, and the next morning, the head is flopped over like it gave up overnight. Same flower that looks perfect in the garden. It's not the variety. It's not bad luck. It's when you cut it. And there's a 5-second test that tells you exactly when a zinnia is ready. And almost nobody is taught it. Welcome back to the farm. Here's the thing about zinnias. They're one of the easiest cut flowers to grow and one of the easiest to harvest strong. Because unlike a lot of flowers, a zinnia that looks open and ready in the garden often isn't, not for cutting anyway. A zinnia cut too early has a soft, weak stem. It can't hold the flower head up once it's off the plant and in the vase. So it flops. People blame the heat, the water, the variety, when the real problem happened the second they made the cut. The good news is, once you know the test, you'll never cut a dud again. And cutting correctly actually makes the plant produce more. Let me introduce you to the wiggle test. Grab the stem about 8 inches down from the flower and give it a gentle wiggle, side to side. If the stem is floppy, if the flower head wobbles around on a noodle of a stem, it's not ready. Walk away, leave it on the plant for another day or two. If the stem is stiff, if the whole thing moves as one firm unit, like a wand on the flower, and it stays upright, that's your flower. Cut it. Here's what's actually happening inside the stem. When a zinnia is young, the stem is mostly water and soft tissue. As it matures, the stem wall thickens and firms up. The plant is building a woody structure from the outside in. That's what the wiggle test is really checking. Not whether the flower looks open, but whether the plant has built enough internal support to hold the bloom on its own without the rest of the plant helping. This works on every zinnia I've grown. Giants, Oklahomas, Queen Lime, doesn't matter the variety. The stem tells the same thing. What goes wrong if you skip it and you cut it by eye, the flower looks open and gorgeous and it collapses by morning because the stem was never going to hold it up. The test is the difference between 5 to 7 days in a vase and 5 hours before it goes down. If you've been cutting by eye this whole time, and that's what most people do, now you know the difference. Every stem from here gets better. When you cut matters almost as much as which flower you cut. Cut in the cool of the day. Early morning is best. Evening is the runner-up, never the middle of the hot afternoon. In the morning, the plant is fully hydrated. It's spent all night drinking and hasn't lost anything to the heat of the day yet. A stem cut at 7 a.m. goes into the vase full of water. The same stem cut at 2 p.m. in the summer is already stressed and partially dehydrated before it ever reaches your bucket. We're in zone 9B. Our summers hit hard and fast. If you're in a cooler zone, you've got a little bit more leeway later into the day, but the principle is the same everywhere. The plant is fullest in the morning, and carry a bucket of water into the garden with you. Cut and put the stem directly into the water. Not lay it on the ground, not carry it around in your hand for 20 minutes. The gap between cutting and water is where vase life quality disappears. What goes wrong if you cut at 2 p.m. in the heat? The stem is already partially dehydrated before it reaches your bucket. You're starting with a deficit you can't make up. That zinnia might look fine for a few hours. When it collapses overnight and you blame the variety, it's not. It was just too hot. Think of it like this. Every minute a cut stem spends out of water is a minute off the back end of its vase life. You're not adding time later, you're just not losing it now. Here's the part that feels wrong the first time you do it. Cut deep. Don't snip the flower off at the top with a little 3-inch stem. Follow the stem down and cut low just above a set of leaves, taking a long stem with you. My first season growing zinnias, I was scared to cut deep. These were my flowers, I've grown them from seed, and hacking a foot of stem off felt like I was hurting them. So I snipped them short and timid. 2 reasons you want to cut deep. 1, long stems are what make zinnias useful in an arrangement. Nobody wants a flower on a stub. 2, and this is the most important one, cutting deep tells the plant to send up new long stems from below the cut. Cut shallow and you get short, branchy regrowth. Cut deep and the plant keeps producing tall, cuttable flowers all season. What goes wrong if you cut shallow? The regrowth comes back short and woody. Each new stem is shorter than the last. By midsummer, the plant is a tangled bush of 3-inch stems that aren't useful for anything. That's exactly what happened to me my first year. By mid-season, my beds were a mess of short, woody, branching growth, and the stems were too short to use. Cut deep. The plant wants you to. That's the whole engine of the cut and come again zinnia. If you've been cutting shy, like I was, every single stem from here gets better. The plant forgives you fast. One last thing on cutting deep, because this is what usually stops most people from going as deep as they should to get more growth and longer stems. It is okay to cut deep enough to go past the other flower buds. Just make sure you stay above a set of leaves so that new growth can start from those leaf nodes. This actually helps the plant by going lower and passing those future flowers. They wouldn't typically end up being long enough to use anyway. Once you're back from the garden, strip every leaf that would sit below the water line. Submerged leaves rot. The water turns into sludge, bacteria builds up, and that bacteria clogs the stem and chokes off the flower's water supply. A bare lower stem is a clean stem. Then let them rest. Put the cut, stripped stems in clean, cool water in a shady spot for a couple of hours before you arrange them. This is called conditioning. It lets the flowers drink deeply and firm up before they go to work in a vase. Skip the conditioning and you're asking a stressed flower to perform immediately. Give it the rest and it'll reward you with a few extra days of life. One thing I haven't mentioned yet, the wiggle test works on more than just zinnias. Most multi-stem cut flowers that bloom on branching plants tell you the same way a stem is ready. Cosmos, straw flowers, and celosia to name a few. A lot of what you're probably growing in your garden already. I've tested on every zinnia variety we grow here, Giants, Oklahomas, Queen Lime, Upper Rose, and the stem tells you the same thing every time. Learn it on zinnias and you've learned it on half of what you're probably growing. So do the wiggle test. Firm stem is ready, floppy stem can wait. Cut the cool of the morning straight into a bucket of water. Cut deep and low above a leaf node, both for long stems and to push the plant to produce more. Strip everything below the water line and let them condition in cool water for a couple hours before they go in the vase. Cut them right and the zinnia will give you a week in the vase and a whole summer of regrowth on the plant. Next week, I'm covering what happens after the cut, why cut flowers die early even when you did everything right in the garden. I'll link it here when it's live. In the meantime, if you haven't seen our video series on growing zinnias, I will add that here. Hit subscribe because every video on this channel names the mistake you didn't know you were making and gives you the real reason it matters from someone who's made that mistake. Drop a comment, tell me what's blooming in your garden right now. I read every single one, and until next time, live life in full bloom.